Loneliness was never meant to last forever. God is sending companionship, true, loving, and faithful. Hold on a little longer. Like this video, comment, "I'm ready for love," and subscribe to walk into this season with hope. Loneliness is often seen as a burden, something to be avoided at all costs. We believe that being alone is a sign of failure, that it means we are unlovable or unworthy. This perspective suggests that loneliness is a problem to be fixed, that we need to find someone, anyone, to fill the void. But what if this understanding of loneliness is incomplete? What if loneliness is not just an absence, but a presence of something deeper, something more meaningful? Let's deconstruct this idea. The belief that loneliness is purely negative overlooks its transformative power. It suggests that being alone is always bad, that it is something to be feared and avoided. This perspective can be limiting. It implies that we are incomplete without someone else, that our worth is tied to our relationship status. It also ignores the potential for growth and self-discovery in solitude. Consider the story of someone who spends years jumping from one relationship to another, always seeking companionship but never finding fulfillment. The reality is often a fear of being alone, a fear that keeps them from truly knowing themselves, from understanding their own worth and value. Loneliness can be a teacher. It can show us parts of ourselves we might otherwise ignore. It can be a time of healing and self-reflection, a time to grow stronger and more resilient. Moreover, this conventional narrative can create a sense of desperation. We might settle for relationships that are not healthy, just to avoid being alone. This can lead to more pain and loneliness in the long run. It can make us overlook the importance of self-love and self-acceptance, the foundation of any true and lasting companionship. So, what are some alternative perspectives? First, consider the idea that loneliness is not just an absence but a presence of potential, of growth, of self-discovery. This perspective emphasizes the importance of embracing solitude, of seeing it as a time to connect with ourselves on a deeper level. It suggests that loneliness can be a gift, an opportunity to explore our passions, our dreams, our true selves. For example, think about the artist who spends time alone, creating, reflecting, growing. This solitude is not a burden, but a blessing, a time to nurture their creativity and vision. Second, think about the concept of loneliness as a path to self-love. This perspective suggests that being alone can teach us to love ourselves more deeply, to understand our worth and value. It involves recognizing that we are enough, that we are whole and complete on our own. This can be as simple as spending time in nature, reflecting on our journey, our strengths, our resilience. By cultivating self-love, we create a foundation for true companionship, a relationship that is healthy, loving, and faithful. Finally, consider the idea that loneliness is a temporary season, a time of preparation for the love and companionship that is to come. This perspective encourages us to see loneliness as a phase, a time of growth and readiness. It involves trusting in the process, believing that this season has a purpose, that it is leading us to something greater. For instance, think about the caterpillar in its cocoon, alone, transforming, preparing for its time to fly. This solitude is not the end, but a preparation for a new beginning. How can we cultivate a more authentic and empowered approach based on these insights? Start by embracing solitude. See it as a time of growth and self-discovery. Create a safe space for yourself to explore your passions and dreams. This will help you connect with your true self. Find joy and fulfillment in your own company. For example, you might start a new hobby, something that brings you peace and happiness. By embracing solitude, you create a foundation of self-love and resilience. Cultivate a mindset of self-love and acceptance. Recognize that you are enough, that you are whole and complete on your own. This can be as simple as affirming to yourself each day, "I am worthy of love. I am enough. By cultivating self-love, you create a sense of peace and confidence, a belief in your own worth and value. Stay open to the lessons of loneliness. Be willing to grow and transform. This might involve reflecting on your journey, recognizing the strengths and insights you have gained. By staying open, you create a sense of purpose and readiness, a belief that this season is preparing you for something greater. Finally, trust in the process. Have faith that this time of loneliness is temporary, that it is leading you to true and lasting companionship. This doesn't mean that you will never face challenges or setbacks, but rather that you have the resilience and determination to overcome them. By trusting in the process, you create a sense of hope and expectation, a belief that love and companionship are on their way. As you reflect on these ideas, ask yourself, how can I embrace solitude as a time of growth and self-discovery? What lessons can I learn from this season of loneliness? How can I cultivate self-love and acceptance, preparing myself for true companionship?